You got a lot of fast break points in that game 1-2. That's something the Wizards are going to have to cut down on as we start game number 2, best of 5. And here are the starting lineups. Cap, 𝐅𝐢𝐥𝐥, 𝐒𝐻𝐷, 𝐿, and Dave Fry. That's who the back-to-back champs roll out there. And for the bad Bucks from Milwaukee, Cooks, Johnny, 𝐷𝐸𝐸, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻, and Dimes. And you can see the archetypes. Those are the characters they choose, and that gives them the attributes. Long shot from 𝐒𝐻𝐷, who did not play well offensively in that first game. He was 4 of 10. Dave Fry drops it off to 𝐅𝐢𝐥𝐥. Shot clock running down. Someone's got to put it up. 𝐅𝐢𝐥𝐥 forces it. Rebound offensively by 𝐁𝐁. And we got a goaltend.
Yeah, I mean, any shot that 𝐒𝐻𝐷 took in that previous ball game had a contest that was tied to it in some sort of way. So a lot of the open looks that he's getting just shows me that the Bucks are probably doing their homework on each time they start to see that movement coming out there from 𝐒𝐻𝐷 out of the corner.
Well, that's partly what happens when you run the shot clock down every time like the Wizards normally do. Someone catches that grenade at the end. And it was 𝐒𝐻𝐷 in that first game. Johnny just had some space for a moment. He released it late, though. Loose ball. It'll stay with the Bucks with 11 to shoot. Wizards got to have a good quarter here. These slow starts got to stop if you're a DC fan. Johnny looking for some space. 𝐅𝐢𝐥𝐥 is on skates for a moment. Extra pass to 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻, who's standing all alone.
Just like the little extra too much help coming out there from the corner when you feel safe in a 1-versus-1. You got the center down there. Just unnecessary drop and good awareness coming out there from Dimes too. We always talk about when the shot clock's expiring just to make sure that 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻 is going to be able to get a clean look off.
Up ahead to 𝐷𝐸𝐸𝐿. Another easy bucket for Milwaukee. Fast break points really played a factor in that opening game of the series. Cap looking for Dave Fry. Dave Fry finally comes up and sets the screen. Doesn't land. They'll reset it here. You can see his energy bar trying to build it back up so he can make these moves. Nice find. Good cut to 𝐁𝐁.
Get it how you can right now. 𝐁𝐁 with all 4 points. One coming from the mashing, the backdoor cut coming out from him too.
Cooks gets away from the double team for a moment. 𝐒𝐻𝐷's all over him. Go down low to Dimes. He brings it back up top. Johnny had the hot hand in that opening game. But Cooks will go one-on-one here with 𝐅𝐢𝐥𝐥. Fires it up. Late release. Great contest by the Wizards.
A lot better defense coming out from the Wizards here to start off the first quarter as well. Almost at that halfway point. Just being able to get a hand up in a lot of the opportunities that the Bucks are getting.
Cap able to gather it back. Pretty sure he lost his dribble here. Nope, he regains it. 𝐅𝐢𝐥𝐥 got him.
A lot better start coming out from him.
Cooks into the forecourt now. Little double team action on the pick and roll. And he releases it late again. Dimes with the rebound. We've seen these players up and talking, and we asked Cooks about the trash talking here in the playoffs.
Nah, this is the most locked that I've ever been for real. This is like, after the Warriors series, we went into the mindset was, we already thought we had a first round bye with the Mavs, so it wasn't nothing really. It was just do what we do, and we did that. And it was like, if we beat the Warriors, anything is possible. Like the slogan I've been telling them all year long is, if you get out the first round in the 2K League, anything is possible. Like, confidence go up, you get used to playing on the stage, you get more reps. So there's really no trash talk today. Like, they back-to-back champs, but I personally don't care about none of that. Like, for the league, I can't let them win. I just can't let them three-peat, not while I'm here. Like, I'm not even gonna talk trash to them on the stage, but I'm gonna be myself, so we locked in today.
Let his game do the talking. The second-year man who spent the first season mostly with Detroit. Got drafted as a lottery pick here in this year's draft along with Johnny, and that's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Wizards basketball. And really, the Wizards aren't a team you want to trash talk. Just let them chill over there. You don't want to wake them up.
Yeah, as soon as that starts happening, it feels like everyone's ratings get a boost.
Cap. Nice feed down low. They're starting to use the cuts. Remember, Harris was talking about that they had kind of a vanilla offense in that game 1. They've unlocked a few plays here in game number 2. Cooks. Down to Dawsix, big dunk. Let's go up top, section 400 with Harris.
Thanks, Scott. Well, the curse of the number 4 overall pick has been very present so far in NBA 2K League history. No player selected 4th overall has ever won a playoff series. Even Dre, the great point guard for 76ers GC, he has failed twice in 2 tries in back-to-back years. But here comes Johnny Red, Scott, not only becoming the first number 4 overall pick to win a playoff series, he's become the first number 4 overall pick to even get to the NBA 2K League Finals. An incredible accomplishment and an incredible curse to break. We've been talking about this for a while. We'll see if this year's number 4 pick can make it 4 playoff series with the win over the Wizards.
Speaking of Johnny, thanks so much, Harris. He flies in with the dunk. Maybe that's why he wears number 4.
I didn't even think of
Letting
that.
people know. 11-11. Much better start for DC. It's Cap. Gets his first bucket here in the second game of the series. Cooks, oh my goodness. Oh, blocked by Dayfry. He chased it down, and somehow the Bucks get it back.
That's a tough one. Like the quick drop-ins animation, getting a chase down from behind is, yeah, that's lucky if you're Dayfry.
Almost deserved for Milwaukee to get it back. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Stopping and popping.
Johnny getting more touches, I feel like, in this first quarter than we've seen him throughout any series that we've seen so far. Like we put heavy emphasis that he is a second half guy, because that's for a lot of the reason that usually it's Cooks taking control of the ball.
I thought Cap had a dunk there. They'll set it up though, trying to work this clock. I think they really wanted to hold it for the final shot of the quarter, but forget about that. Dayfry gets the board, couple pump fakes, and powers through to put the Wizards up 2. Final seconds. Dimes, oh! Triple stuffed. 16-14. The Wizards down a game, but they got the lead here at the end of 1 as we head to autumn.
Them because they hype them up and feed off of that energy. We're going to go ahead and head into the second quarter. Scott and Dirk, y'all with Shifty Kai down there?
Yeah, we got one of the best players in the NBA 2K League hanging out with us. Last year's All-Star MVP and Shifty Kai, part of the number 1 seeded in the West T-Wolves.
Yes, sir.
But unfortunately, you guys got upset by this Bucks team yesterday in the Western Conference Finals. They're just on a different level right now. They really have a lot of momentum for these youngsters.
Yeah, they're actually playing really good. They're a real good defensive team. I think when they got the Dimes trade, it really elevated their game. But right now, yeah, they're playing on a whole different level right now.
Yeah, they were talking about trading guys and moving some of these rookies around, and then they get the veteran.
Yeah.
That kind of cemented this team.
Yeah, they said, I heard Dimes, bring a lot of veteran leadership to their team. He came in, when he came in, they changed their offense a lot. He changed a lot for them, their defense, offense, and like I said, he really elevated the game. Now they're in the finals. This is their first finals, I think, all year, and 3v3 and 5v5, so we can see how much he elevated their game.
Good place to be with all this money on the line. Back-to-back threes.
Ooh. They are literally greening everything that they get.
Yeah, Cease is a real good shooter.
With the Lakers last year, he's come over here to Milwaukee, and they are ripping up the Nets right now. Both teams on fire.
It's going to be a good game, I can tell.
Wizards kind of with their backs against the wall here. I know it's a best of 5, but you don't want to go down 2-0.
I honestly think the Wizards like being here. They lose game 1s, or sometimes they lose game 1, but they're probably the best adjusting team in the league. They come out. I think they lost game 1 against the Knicks, and they came out and reverse swept them. So the Wizards are really good at adjusting.
Certainly you guys have been watching the Wizards over the last couple seasons because we keep waiting for this Wizards T-Wolves matchup. We did get a little taste of it this year. Maybe one of the best 2K games we've ever had in the league. But these Bucks just won't be denied.
Yeah, that would have been I was hoping we made it. We seen they made the finals, so we was hoping we made it and gave the league what they wanted. That would have been a great finals. People call it the offense versus defense. I would have loved to play in that, but unfortunately, we couldn't get it done.
Cooks. Finally, we got a miss. And Houdini grabs the board. 22-20 in the second quarter of the second game. What do you think of this prize pool? I mean, one series, $500,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. I really wish I was.
Yeah, me too. I wish.
Really wish. But as always, next year and next season, we're going to come out better. And hopefully get T-Wolves another one.
Cooks at the elbow. He'll retreat for the moment. Off to Johnny. Dimes working down the paint.
Dimes has really been, he's been doing a lot for him. Even yesterday, we played him. He came out and scored, I think, 28 against us. I think against the Warriors, he scored around 28 against them, 12 for 12. So he's people say Dimes not that good of a center, but he's coming out and dominating.
Yeah, I beg to differ.
Yeah.
There's only two centers left. It's Dave Ryan Dimes. I think that's worth something.
Yeah.
24 apiece. We're hanging out with Shifty Kai of T-Wolves Gaming. Last year's All-Star MVP. There's another green from Cap.
That's a real good shot.
All of a sudden, he's got 12. We got our All-Star game coming up September 30th out in Los Angeles. You feeling pretty good about having an opportunity? The fans seem pretty high on trying to vote you back in.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be in it, but I can't get too cocky. But yeah, you can't have an All-Star game without the reigning All-Star MVP. I don't
Yeah,
think,
tell him, let him know, Kai.
So I gotta, I'm gonna get his ego up for him real quick. This is the best shooting guard in the world. He's gonna be in the All-Star game.
I hope so.
I hope so too. But yeah, it'll be fun to go out and play in LA and look to bring the West another All-Star win.
Well, you guys are all like, your starting five is all like up there in like top 3 for voting in each category, I think.
All five of us. And I don't know if all 5 was going to get in. I think that sounds pretty. It would be crazy to have all 5 T-Wolves in the All-Star game. But I'm just. I hope we can get as many people as possible in the game.
Make the All-Star intros really easy for everybody that's out there.
The T-Wolves versus the Eastern Conference.
That'll be fun.
But right now it's the Bucks and the Wiz, and the Wiz are up 2 after dropping that opening game. And B. Rich, the man from Kentucky, will bring it up. He's had some of his family in the building over these last couple tournaments. Here again this weekend. Cap.
They're really good on defense.
Bucks have given the Wizards a taste of their own medicine, but what a shot. Cap's got 15. And you heard Ramo, our MVP of the 3v3 championships, he was like, there's no rookies anymore by this point in the season.
Yeah. Everybody coming out. These Caps in the finals. He ain't a rookie no more. He's sitting there, played all the games this season. He's locked in. He ain't no rookies no more.
Under 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Scott and Dirk hanging out with Shifty Kai of T-Wolves Gaming, who ran into this Bucks team. They call them the Bad Bucks. I call them the Buzzsaw because beat the Warriors and beat you guys. They beat 2 of the best 3 teams in the league. And that's why you say, Kai, if they beat the Wizards, I mean, you beat the top 3 teams in the league to win the championship. You deserve it.
They're really hot right now. Really playing really good. 3v3, I thought they was going to come out better. They've been hot in both seed weeks. I really thought they were going to come out better, but 5v5, they're showing that they're really hot.
3-point game coming up on 93 seconds left. In this opening half of game number 2, Wizards trying to tie up the series here in a best of 5. Cap, he's got his takeover. Down to Nudini. 2 hands for safety.
When the shot clock's winding down, I feel like the Wizards are the best team to get a bucket. I feel like in 5 seconds, they always somehow score. I don't know how they do it, but they're really good at when the shot clock's winding down.
There's always something that they do like.
Yeah, their ball movement when the shot clock winding down, it's always crazy. They go from B Rich to Cap to awkward back to Cap, and they always find something open. I don't know how they do it.
And when they do it every time, every possession, you get used to being under the gun. They're our version of the Princeton offense.
It's a good pass.
And Dayfron.
Cap had a real good game. 15 and 8 at about to be halftime. That's real good.
This is literally what he did game 2 against the Knicks yesterday as well.
Yeah, they came out and adjusted. I feel like I said before, they're best adjusting team.
Ooh, that's a
rained it.
That's
tough right there.
And 1. You don't see that too often. 9 points now for Johnny. And he'll go to the line for an unconventional 3-point play here in the league.
I'm surprised. These are two of the best defensive teams in the league, and they both got, well, there was 21-22 in the second quarter. I'm surprised they're giving up this much points. Usually, I feel like this game would be a lot more slower and low scoring, but they're coming out there and scoring.
Yeah, the Wizards only scored 50 points in the first game. They've already got 37. Shot clock winding down again. Surprise, surprise.
Let's see.
𝐷𝐸. See if they can get the board. No, Bucks come down with it. Final seconds of the half.
It's a good pass.
Johnny, oh no, look, pass down to Dimes.
Johnny been playing really good this whole playoffs. Oh,
Bucks
wow.
with the lead, but Nudini grabs it right back with 1.5 left in the half.
See if they get some here. Oh.
And that's knocked away. It'll stay with the Bucks, but they'll just have 0.7.
See if they draw up.
That's in miracle fluke territory to get one here. Not saying they can't. They
They
throw the lob.
tried it.
𝐷𝐸 denies them. At the half, we got a 1-point game. 𝐿𝐼, it's been awesome having you hang out with us. And I know we're looking forward to the All-Star game out in LA on September 30th.
Half of game 2.
Yeah, buckle up. Thanks so much, India. Wizards up by 1. Scott Cole, Dirk the Caster hanging out with you. Cooks drops it off to Dimes, back to Cooks. He'll set it up. Feeds it to the big fella.
And 𝐿𝐼 brought up a really good point about being up here, like the defense kind of getting away from both sides, opening up the floodgates really on both ends. For both these teams to get above 20 points in a quarter is one of the more wild things that you'll probably see, and I doubt that we see that, honestly, going through the rest of the series.
Giving up a lot of buckets in the paint. And I think that's just they're tired of seeing threes drop, and that's a lot of space there. Rare miss from Cap in this ball game. 15 points, 8 assists. The centers have basically been perfect.
Ooh.
𝐷𝐸 maybe stunned him a bit.
And if he would have made that pass straight off the rip, that's where the open corner three. But as soon as it said, ooh, 𝐷𝐸 went there on the rotation, so would have been stolen and going back the other way.
Yeah, some passes, if you got to call it out, it's too late. Johnny working a two-man game with Dimes. Back down to him. And he's going to take his time. He's been really good in this postseason.
You know, he's been so consistent. And when I think of consistency, I go all the way back to, like, Type is always somebody I thought of season 1 with him or season 2 with him at the center position. I mean, Dimes has been going crazy.
Cap now working to the middle. Tries to get a crab, nothing there. Back out to 𝐷𝐸. 𝐷𝐸 extra pass to the corner. Someone's got to put it up, and it's loose. Bucks come out of there with it. It's 𝐷𝐸 once again. And we got a foul. Almost 2 minutes gone by here in the second half. Wizards had a 1-point lead, but it's the Bucks currently on top. Back and forth they go. Cooks, Dimes. You know, we saw this, I believe it was game 2 versus the Mavs, where Dimes had 28 points. That's going to be out of bounds. Cap was standing on the end line. And so Milwaukee's going to get the ball.
And now all of a sudden you can start to feel a lot of this momentum going the way of Bucks gaming, especially when you start to get those flukies going on there in the inbounds. Or it's going to be a jump ball, but it forced them to step out of bounds.
Dimes at the top, finally gets it to the PG. Cooks. To the free throw line now. It's Johnny. Johnny gets set. In and out, no good. Wizards want to run. Awkward working out of the corner. What a feed down to 𝐵.
Still in this, though. It's like a trade back and forth scenario is what we're constantly seeing.
Oh, a missed dunk. Somehow 𝐶𝐶 comes out of there with it. They'll get another shot at it. Johnny puts the late up, and finally somebody gets a stop. And we get a foul. We mentioned Cap getting traded from Orlando here to DC, and we asked him back then how that fit was going to be with his new team.
So now that I'm in DC, the way I fit into the system is, you know, pretty much poetic justice. The two people who brought me up in this community are CB13 of the Warriors gaming squad point guard, and JBM, who obviously used to play for, DC, and it's funny because, being brought up by those guys, they play a very specific way and different than everyone else, whereas it doesn't work necessarily everywhere, but it's worked here twice now. So I'm fortunate to pretty much get the chance to fill a guy like Jack's shoes, who's taught me the game, and we kind of think the same. So if anything, it's, they basically lose Jack, but they get Cap, which is pretty much the same play style, that we think the same, and I'm excited for it.
JBM, the point guard the last 2 seasons that led the Wizards to the title. He announced his retirement. And I think they made a great trade. Certainly a better puzzle piece than what they had. Cooks. Working to the top now. Nope, he'll go back to the left. Find Dimes. The Wizards were just okay with leaving Dimes open in the middle.
You don't want to give it up too much. That was a big story that we had yesterday against the T-Wolves, was him just continuously trying to work, maybe getting double takeover towards a team takeover for his side.
B. Rich comes back with a 3, and we're tied at 46. Under 2 minutes to go now in the third. Here in our second game of a best-of-5, the ball's loose. Dayfry jumps on it and calls timeout.
Good timeout because he threw the ball as soon as he got it. So it's probably going to be some sort of a turnover. I don't know if that was like maybe the anticipation, thought he could dive forward just to try to slap it and keep it in play.
Every possession matters. You're going to see a lot of timeouts like that in the NBA 2K League, especially when they start going back and forth. Dimes and Dayfry on the same squad in Dallas when the league began 5 years ago. And now they're reunited on different sides with the same goal. That means something's got to give. Cap, he's got to get it up here, Dirk. Across the timeline. No sweat. He's got 𝐸𝐸𝐿 on him. A couple young players in the league going at it. 𝐸𝐸𝐿 is quite the story. He was on the T-Wolves last year and didn't get a chance to play much, as Nudini finishes that off with a dunk.
Didn't get to play at all.
Yeah. Set through watching the whole season. So this is almost his rookie year, even though it's his second year in the league. Johnny coming down with Dimes. Of course, you could learn a lot by watching that T-Wolves organization. They got a lot of great players.
And they're going, I mean, it's good to see, right? Because when we think about the Bucks, we think about the balanced scoring. And it is very reminiscent of that performance that Dimes had yesterday, where they're just feeding it to him down low, allowing him to try to get some scores. But I'm still telling you, that missing puzzle piece, if they are building towards team takeover, he's got to start getting some blocks if they really want to, ignite that, especially going to a fourth quarter in a close ball game. You both are having success. Threes could be the difference maker.
Cook's got all kind of space, and he hits the 3.
That is a tough shot to Green, especially Dini. You saw his reaction. He sold out of the corner, and I think he only got like a 7% on that.
A couple times Nudini has flown out there and has not got a great contest on it. Not for the lack of effort. Wizards trail by 1 now. There is Nudini working out of the corner. Down to Dayfry. Back to Nudini. He answers.
Man, both the centers are hooping right now, offensively, and then just trying to mix it in with the passes as well.
This is the best inside-out play we have seen in years in the NBA 2K League, and we got a whistle. That's just the first on Dayfry. That's their foul to give. Big possession right here. 5 seconds left here in the third. Cook's got to find somewhere to go. Gets it down to Dimes, who's going to score right before the buzzer. And at the end of 3, we've accomplished nothing. Level 53 apiece as the Bucks, with 6 minutes left for a chance to go up 2-0 here in this best-of-5. Game number 2, Dimes has been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, having that same scoring performance that we saw from him, I want to say in game number 2 yesterday against the T-Wolves, getting that, it has the potential to cross that 30-point mark if things try to stay that same way. But with the way things are shaping out, this is looking like it's going to come down to a game-winning scenario.
Dimes, no fear.
The worst layup animation you want as a center. I feel like every time you get that, there's an opportunity. Like if Dini was one step to his left, that was going to be just a chase down block for him.
Able to get it to go. Cap had the hot hand in the first half. That has been extinguished. Dave Frye has been perfect down in the paint, 6 of 6 in this game. Back over to Cap. Yeah, that fell.
And that's just going to be something to keep an eye on. When you keep trading back and forth, lots of lead changes, those threes are going to be the separation.
Awkward with a steal. Nobody better, but then he gives it right back. And we got a timeout. The Bucks are going to have 2 timeouts remaining as they trail by 1.
Put your headset back on.
Dimes has been the story so far. Down low. He's been battling against Dave Frye. This is going to be an amazing final 5 minutes of this ball game. Want to welcome you back into the NBA 2K League 5v5 finals here in the 4th quarter. 5:08 to go. Scott Cole, Dirk the Caster hanging out with you here in Season 5. These 2 teams playing for $500,000. That's in addition to all the money they've already earned this season. Not bad for 6 months worth of work here in the league. Cooks. And Dimes finishes it off with a dunk. Let's go up to Harris.
Well, Scott, the 4th quarter of Game 2 for the Wizards this week has been an absolute boon. They have really done a great job on the defensive end of the ball. Knicks game in Game 2 held them to just 10 points in that win. Gen G Game 2 to close out the sweep. You'll remember 10 points for the Wiz, 4 for Gen G. The Wizards love ramping up the defensive pressure in the 4th. We'll see if the Bucks can break through here and go up 2-0.
So much Harris, awkward, starting to pick them up 94 feet. Trying to stay with Cooks. What a matchup that has been. Almost got awkward behind him there. And there's a cut from the corner. Dawsix, no, not enough.
And that was one of the times where Dawsix usually just going straight up with it, decided to pause, but he just gave Dini so much time to try to recover there.
The height advantage, Nudini the power forward, Dawsix in that small forward role. Couple inches difference, and then Dave Frye still hasn't missed.
I feel like it's like one of the largest leads that we've seen is going up by 3.
60-57. The series, really the whole week, Dirk, has been an absolute jewel. We had 12 of our 24 teams make it to the 5v5 championships. These Bucks had to earn it from day 1. They didn't get a bye like DC, but they have kept that momentum up. Beat the Mavericks. Lance Sessions and Dimes' former team end up beating the Warriors, who I thought was a team that really had a chance to make the finals. And then the T-Wolves last night, they shocked them. And we got a foul down low. That's on Nudini. That'll be his 3rd.
And at this point for the Bucks, you're just waiting for like Johnny or Cooks to start to take over in the final stretches of this ball game.
Dawsix to Johnny. Bucks really taking their time here. Got to get going. Shot clock's running down. The shot, he greened it. Bottoms.
Brought it up. That's what you need. Especially coming in for Johnny. How many big shots we saw him hit yesterday over the course of that series to secure their spot going into the finals.
4th quarter has been Johnny time over these last couple days. Wizards really trying to tie up the series at 1 apiece. Cap can't get it to go. Dave Frye knocks it around, but it's C's who jumps on it. Wizards going for their 3rd title, and we asked Dave Frye what it would mean to three-peat.
Honestly, probably not. The first 2 years in the league, I didn't make playoffs, so kind of getting into this season, obviously we went back to back. We knew that we were gonna have a new point guard. We were gonna have like a lot of struggles, a lot of like adversity. So to be in this spot is honestly a blessing, but obviously we want to get the job done.
Well, they're having trouble right now. with these bad Bucks, the youngsters.
And every single breakdown you can see is like the frustration coming out from Auker, Dini, and Dayfry. And a lot of it's just been going up top with the guards and them just those miscommunications coming through.
Taken away by Milwaukee. They're on a 6-0 run. Let's check in with India.
The Bucks have won 6 of the 7 quarters played so far here in the 5v5 finals. After doing some very, very tough math, it was 53-53 coming into it. Whoever obviously wins this quarter is going to win the game. But something to keep in mind, these teams are trading buckets. You got to think eventually Wizards are going to need to score some threes to get back in this one. Down 5, 2 minutes left to go.
Thanks to India starting to slip away from the Wizards. 8-0 run now for Milwaukee. It was 60-57. Wizards were in control. That's a crowd, but no, it's a block. Somehow Dayfry comes up with it.
Just unfortunate getting the right crab move, but luckily it fell right in towards it. It almost looked like it, after the block, it was going to actually go in the basket.
3-point game. Bucks are in the bonus. 1:38 to go here in this game number 2. Boy, would this put the Wizards in a bad spot. Cox hits it!
Called on the guards. The guards have answered us now. I think everything was just going through Dimes right carrying the majority of that offense. But I always say it, people aren't going to remember those first 3 quarters if you're playing bad. If you come out here in the 4th quarter and make your mark, that's all that they're going to remember. No one's going to look at a game 2 win and be like, well, look at how you played in this. No, no, no. They're going to look at the 2 threes that you made to try to close out a game, or the 2 threes that you made to give yourself some separation.
That's that Mamba mentality. You got to believe that next shot's going to fall. They lead by 6. That's the deficit right now for DC. Nudini in the paint. That's old school.
Double mashers.
Haven't seen that in a couple seasons, but it works here for a team that kind of plays old school. Bucks up by 4. Under a minute to go now. Wizards. Oh my goodness. Huge 3. Bad communication on defense.
That is now the 2nd time in this series where they have just held the ball up top, just run a crisscross with the point guard and shooting guard, and the Wizards just have not had an answer for it.
71-64. Must score possession here for the Wiz. They're getting smothered right now. And Nudini, that was a desperation kind of dunk. Held down on the right stick. And they go to Dayfry. They're still pretty much perfect. They cut it to 5, and the Bucks call a timeout here. That might be smart to advance the basketball, but I think since they passed it in, it's going to be interesting to see where this inbound comes from. Dimes with 26, Dayfry with 20. It's fair to say, Dirk, the centers have done their job.
I mean, just, yeah, like with the scoring going back and forth on the defensive side of things, the rebounding that we've been seeing. But I mean, with this deficit, right, you just got 24. You're going to end up playing the free throw game. If you're Milwaukee, you do have to advance, but you got all the time in the world that you need to be able to do this.
Dozik's trying to get it in. Look at this defense. They do get it past. Awkward. Up to Dimes, and he'll take the 2. I'm not sure he shouldn't try to dribble that out. But he takes the bucket. He makes it a 3-possession game. Awkward down to Dayfry. He gets blocked. Dimes blocked him. Cooks for the dagger. Bang!
What a way to pile it on. We see so many times, right? Like it's so close going into a 4th quarter. One team might get some separation, and then all of a sudden you see him push it into the double-digit range. And just like that, best team in the league that's been trying to go back to back to back. They find themselves down. They got to go for it. Classic esports reverse sweep, Scott.
The champs, the back-to-back champs, are down 2-0 in a best of 5. Oh my goodness.